To you, the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. 5 days to go. We got games, games, and more games. Got my fucking little balls handed to me. I could have won my money back with the lineups I had in place had the game only been 58 minutes. But apparently Mike Evans learned how to play football in the last fucking 2 minutes of the game and basically just fucked up a bunch of slates, including mine. And it went shirt! So coming out of pocket. Again. I made 150 lineups for the classic slates, of course. A lot of fucking Sam Darnold, man. The way the system kind of shoveled his ass in, but fuck it. Fuck it! At this point, you try to merge some of your own little system with the current system, and you come up with just more fucking chaos. Why? Anyway, we really got to learn how to take down one of these 150s. We get fucking close. I get in the top 100. I get in the top 10 sometimes, and it doesn't last. I literally cannot seem to fucking get out of the fourth. I can get all the way to the middle of the fourth fucking quarter in the top fucking 100, the top 10. I cannot make it out of that last 5 minutes. Gotta figure it out. Gotta figure out the garbage time thing, whatever the fuck. Ah! Anyway, you're supposed to justify there are better things in life, blah, blah, blah. We're truly blessed, all that fucking great shit. No. Fuck you. Fuck everything. All right, let's go. 150 lineups of the fucking Rams and the fucking Cowboys. $500 the first place, 4Gs in the fucking pot. You know what 4Gs gets you? 150 lineups in the millie. Let's go. Let's go win it. As much as fucking humanly possible. There's 300 grand in the Sunday night game. There's 500 grand in the Monday night game. They pull all the millions off the table unless you're running the classic. But in order to win the 150 in the millie, you gotta win the fucking mini maxes first. You gotta know what it's like to go into a field of 8 billion fucking people and take it down. I've done it before on Showdowns. I haven't done it in Classic, but fuck it, we just keep trying. Until we find a system that works. Until we do. Until we don't. We gotta play for these little niblets. Build a goddamn bankroll, but now also learn how to win. Learn how to win. On the Showdowns. This is a field of about 9,000 fucking players. What the fuck do you care? Top 6 cards in the deck. We're creating our own little system here of adding points to the guys in the system. I haven't perfected it yet, but I think I have a little idea of what I've been doing now with the star ratings. We're just going to make our own little star ratings. So, Rams, Cowboys. Let's fucking do it. Do it till I run out of fucking saliva. Cooper Kupp recorded 2 receptions on 7 targets for 29 yards in Sunday's loss to the Steelers. He was also on the receiving end of a 2-point conversion. The Steelers made a clear effort to neutralize Kupp, and as a result, the Rams pivoted Puka Nacua as their most targeted receiver. Kupp's most notable contributions were a 24-yard catch early in the second quarter, as well as a reception to convert a 2-point attempt following a score immediately after halftime. This was the first underwhelming performance since returning from a hamstring injury, and he'll look to bounce back in a Week 8 matchup against the Cowboys. Puka Nacua is on the board. Speak of the devil. Puka Nacua recorded 8 receptions on 12 targets for 154 yards in Sunday's loss to the Steelers. Nacua had only totaled 97 yards in the 2 games since Cooper Kupp had returned from injured reserve. However, with Kupp's impact negated by the Steelers' defensive strategy, Nacua re-emerged to record his 4th 100-yard game of the season. The only thing missing from his performance was a trip to the end zone, though he provided the Rams' offense with explosive element, tallying 3 catches or at least 30 yards and 5 that went for at least 20 yards. Nacua won't be as consistent as Kupp in the mix, though his performance clearly illustrates he still has plenty of upside. Cooper Kupp. He's on the board. CeeDee Lamb. Wow, top 3 slots are all receivers. Lamb secured all 7 targets for 117 yards in the Cowboys' win over the Chargers on Monday night. Lamb led the way in receiving yards to the Cowboys on the night, while notching a 100% catch rate. Both the reception and yardage totals were Lamb's second highest of the season, and the standout performance snapped a 3-game downturn that had seen Lamb record 53 receiving yards or less in each contest. Lamb and the Cowboys next face the Rams at home on Sunday, October 29th, following a Week 7 bye. The man's well rested. No mentions. Nobody popped up, just Lamb. Lamb being Lamb. Tony Pollard rushed 15 times for 30 yards and secured 6 of 7 targets for 80 yards in the Cowboys' win over the Chargers on Monday night. As his final line implies, Pollard was stonewalled on the ground, but he salvaged his fantasy night as a receiver with numbers that were all good for second on the Cowboys. The versatile back's receiving yardage total was also a season high and boosted by a 60-yard reception early in the fourth quarter, on which he almost broke free for a touchdown. Pollard will aim to snap a 3-game streak of sub-50 rushing performances when the Cowboys return from a Week 7 bye to tangle with the Rams at home on Sunday. Broke free. Snapping a streak. Sub-performance. When the man puts up points. We fucking need some fucking music. Some fucking box of Beethoven. Let's get the brainwaves fucking going here, people. But I'll put it on the TV so I don't get hit with some copyright bullshit. Damn it, damn. I can watch myself. Fuck. Fuck for brain power. That's what we want. There we go. A little fucking mood music here, people. Doesn't have to be a fucking library in here. Matt Stafford completed 14 of 29 passes for 231 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception in Sunday's loss to the Steelers. He added 1 rush for 8 yards. Stafford closed the first half strong with 2 long completions of 36 and 31 yards, the latter of which went for his only touchdown of the day. He failed to carry that momentum forward, however, as the Rams' offense stalled in the second half. As a result, Stafford ended up with 1 or fewer touchdowns for the 6th time in 7 games this season. More recently, he's thrown for between 222 and 231 yards in his last 3 games. Even with Cooper Kupp back in the mix, Stafford has been an uninspiring fantasy option. Yowza. Even with Cooper Kupp back in the mix. Well, that's 2 for Kupp. Dak Prescott completed 21 of 30 passes for 272 yards with 1 touchdown and no interceptions in the Cowboys' win over the Chargers on Monday night. He also rushed 7 times for 40 yards and another score. Prescott shook off the sting of a 3-interception tally Week 5 against the fearsome Niners defense to put together a season-high passing yardage total. The veteran signal caller also posted season-best rushing yardage tally while recording his first regular season touchdown on the ground since Week 8 of last season on an 18-yard run in the first quarter. Prescott led a game-winning 14-play drive late in the fourth quarter, a march that was preceded by a 2-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks earlier in the period. Slate-breaking cunt. Prescott heads into the Week 7 bye with some momentum and will next face the Rams in a Week 8 home matchup. October 29th. Brandon Cooks is on the board. There's your top 6. Let's go to the bottom of the deck. No, old fucking news. These gentlemen be worth a click, and that's about it. Worth a click, and that's about it. 10, 12, no. Although, these guys are coming off a bye week, right? So shit, there's gonna be old news in here. Signed to the 53-man roster. Get the fuck out of here. Myles Gaskin. Inactive for Sunday's game against the Steelers. Alright, that's old fucking news. Robinson. I don't think we need. If they don't got a fucking nick next to their fucking name, fuck them. Because look, that's recent fucking news. Just be patient. Be patient. You don't want to be impatient. Never impatient. We just don't want false news or old news fucking up a system that we're trying to create to try and have some sort of difference, some sort of edge. 150 lineups at stake, $75 to invest. Walking away with 500, which we put towards the millies, the big ones, the big games. I don't want to chase 5-figure takedowns. I want to chase the fucking millie, the 6-figure fuckers. Reverted to the practice squad. You know, yeah, it's old stupid shit. Some fucking real shit here. Princeton Fant. Davis Smith. Just kind of just shopping through the bottom of the deck here, flipping through the cards. These practice squad motherfuckers. What do we got? Zach Evans. Took 4 snaps on special teams during Sunday's loss to the Steelers. The Rams chose to lean on Royce Freeman and Darrell Henderson to spearhead the rushing attack, while Evans made only a few appearances on special teams and never saw a snap on offense. The 6th-round rookie will likely have even more competition for playing time next week, as Myles Gaskin, who just signed with the Rams on Tuesday, was inactive against Pittsburgh. It's hard to see a viable role in the short term for Evans with the glut of backs added to the roster, and a matchup against the Cowboys defense that just held Austin Ekeler and the Chargers to 53 yards rushing in Week 6 does inspire confidence in a sudden breakout performance. Jeez Louise. Cowboys defense on the board. Royce Freeman is on the board. Darrell Henderson is on the board. Myles Gaskin. Now I gotta go read that stupid fucking thing, don't I? Now I gotta go back and read about Myles fucking Gaskin. Because he's in play. He's in play. Gaskin is inactive for Sunday's game against the Steelers. The Rams signed Gaskin off the Vikings practice squad Tuesday. Get my fucking nerves. The Rams signed Gaskin off the Vikings practice squad Tuesday after losing their top 2 backs, Kyren Williams and Ronnie Rivers, to injuries in Week 6. However, the team wants to give Gaskin more time to prepare than potentially giving playing time against Week 8 against the Cowboys. All right, well, that was useless. Hendershot, Tolbert, nothing on Tolbert. What we got here on fucking Hunter Long? Hunter Long, designated to return from injured reserve and logged a full practice with the Rams on Wednesday. Long was placed on IR prior to the season with a hamstring injury, but he will now have 21 days to practice with the team and be activated. If he fails to return to the active roster prior to the end of the 3-week window, he'll revert to IR for the rest of the 2023 campaign. The tight end was part of the Rams' trade with Miami in September, in which they shipped off cornerback Jalen Ramsey, and he appeared in 9 games with the Dolphins in 2022, failing to record a catch over 90 offensive snaps. This man is a useless shit. Tyler Durden. Fuck off. Ben Skawarnik, this fucking waste of space. Active for Sunday's game against the Steelers. Old fucking news. He sucks. But I'll read it just for the fuck of it. The wide receiver was listed as questionable Friday after playing through the injury Week 6 against the Cardinals. Skawarnik has been dealing with the injury for almost a month but is yet to miss a game. The third-year pro has 2 catches for 13 yards in 2023. Eat a dick. This guy sucks. Yeah, this is old news, but you gotta read it because this is teams on a bye week. Schoonmaker went without a target while playing 17 of the Cowboys' 64 snaps on offense in Monday's win over the Chargers. Schoonmaker's 27% snap share were his lowest since Week 3, after he just played north of 40% of the snaps in both of the Cowboys' previous 2 contests. The rookie out of Michigan is the clear number 2 option on the depth chart at tight end and likely can't be counted on for more than a target or 2 per game. Well, Jake Ferguson is still available. This Ferguson motherfucker's burned me twice. Jake Ferguson's on the board. I ain't forcing that fucker into a lineup ever again. I guess I gotta read about Jalen fucking Tolbert. Yep. Jalen Tolbert went without a target and was charged with a lost fumble on a muffled punt in Monday's win over the Chargers. When the Chargers punted away with just under 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, Tolbert thought return man Cavante Turpin inadvertently touched the football, prompting Tolbert to lunge after the ball. Tolbert was actually the first Cowboys player to touch the ball, however, and was charged with a lost fumble when the Chargers linebacker Amen Ombonga recovered the loose ball. The Chargers were able to score a game-tying touchdown on the ensuing possession, but the special teams gaffe ultimately didn't cost the Cowboys the win. Tolbert should continue to have a role in the Cowboys' coverage and return units, but he doesn't look as though he'll be much more than a depth option at receiver. After catching 4 passes in a Week 4 win over New England, Tolbert has gone untargeted in 2 straight games, despite playing 37 snaps on offense between those contests. He sucks. But he came up for 9 points against New England. Ugh, god damn. It's like when you have to waste lineups on a fucking jerk off. Cropper? Yeah. Cropper. Jalen Cropper. He's always on the Cropper. So we got all these guys. We read Skowarnick, this fuckface. Luke Schoonabuker. Hunter Lepke didn't log any carries or targets while playing 7 of the Cowboys' 64 snaps in Monday's win over the Chargers. The Cowboys have kept the undrafted rookie fullback active for each of their first 6 contests, but he's failed to record any offensive statistics outside of weeks 3 and 4, when he carried 3 times for 13 yards and a touchdown and added a 12-yard reception. He'll continue to function mostly as a blocker on a handful of snaps he gets in a given week. Ronnie Rivers, injury reserve, fuck off. They played the Steelers. 10-13, no, that's way too far away. Pull up. Kyron Williams, injured reserve. Is this recent news? 21st, maybe? Oh, went over the Cardinals? No, that's old fucking news. If I read it already, I can't count it towards the new shit. We got rules here, people. We start giving up rules, what happens? Chaos, man. Fucking chaos. Fuck Bryson Hopkins and his ass. The deuce is loose. Inactive at the Chargers, it's old news. Anything from before the actual game, old fucking news. Rams D, how's the Rams D doing? Decent, right? Rico Dodal, here we go. Rushed 3 times for 12 yards in Monday's win over the Chargers. Rico Dodal played just 10. I'm not liking this mix here. What the fuck? Block for brain power, my ass. It's fucking confusing me. What? It blew it. The fucking orchestra blew it. Rico Dodal rushed 3 times for 12 yards in Monday's win over the Chargers. Dodal played just 10 of the Cowboys' 64 offensive snaps Monday, while starter Tony Pollard saw 51 in the contest. Though Dodal has shown some burst in the ground game, the veteran running back is not being used enough to maintain consistent production. With that said, Dodal would be an intriguing fantasy option if Pollard were to miss time during the season. Barring an injury, the 25-year-old should remain in consideration as a solid handcuff with little standalone value heading into the Week 7 bye. Pollard. Tony Pollard is on the board. You read anything about this asshole? Oh, yeah. Inactive against the Chargers. Fuck his mother. Royce Freeman carried the ball 12 times for 66 yards in Sunday's loss to the Steelers. Freeman played behind Darrell Henderson, but the two were the only backs to see touches in the Rams' new look backfield. Freeman picked up double-digit yards on 2 of his carries and added an additional pair of 9-yard gains, even in a complementary role. Freeman should have some fantasy relevance for at least the next 3 games while Kyron Williams and Ronnie Rivers are sidelined. That's 2 for Henderson. Fantasy relevance. Cowboys D, wow, double-digit averages. What the fuck? Yeah, but the last 2 games have not been kind. Here we go. Tyler Higbee secured 1 of 3 targets for 7 yards during Sunday's loss to the Steelers. For the third straight game, the veteran tight end saw 3 targets from Matthew Stafford, but produced a season-low 1 catch and 7 yards. Higbee was actually a third on the team in targets behind Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, a small glimmer of hope in an otherwise dreadful outing. Through 7 contests, Higbee has posted 21-241 line and is on pace to finish the season with 51 catches, which would be his lowest total since 2020. He'll try to turn things around week 8 against the Cowboys defense that was torched by George Kittle for 3 touchdowns week 5. That's 2 for the Cowboys D. That's 2 for Nacua. That's 3 for Kupp. And Matthew Stafford is on the board. He's a bad man, jamma. All right. Brandon Aubrey connected on both his field goal attempts and both his PATs in Monday's win over the Chargers. The rookie kicker calmly drilled a 39-yard field goal with just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter to seal the victory for Dallas. Aubrey continues to be a revelation, with his only miss of the season coming on the very first extra point attempt of his career in Week 1. Since then, the former USFL standout has booted 12 straight PATs and 16 straight FGs. This fucking letdown right here. Michael fucking Gallup. Every idiot like me chased this shit last week, secured 3 of 10 targets for 24 yards in the Cowboys' win over the Chargers on Monday. Gallup's team and season high targets total largely went for naught against an aggressive Chargers defense, leading to another modest showing for the veteran wideout. Gallup has now recorded less than 25 receiving yards in 4 of the first 6 games, and he's followed up a solid lead 2-game surge in weeks 3 and 4, where he posted an 11-152 line on 13 targets with just 5 receptions and 39 yards in the next pair. Gallup's next opportunity to reverse course comes in a Week 8 home matchup against the Rams on Sunday, following a Week 7 bye. Do I gotta read Deuce Vaughn with the inactive shit? I really gotta read that. Inactive one day at the Chargers. No, see, he didn't play. So now I gotta read it because it happened before the fucking game. What the fuck was that Chargers game? Exactly. Anything from the 16th is pre. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Talking to myself. Jake the Turd Ferguson caught his only target for 15 yards in Monday's win over the Chargers. Ferguson continued to operate as the team's primary option at tight end, playing 86% of the Cowboys' offensive snaps. Despite seeing his highest snap share of the season, the 24-year-old's 1 target and 1 grab were his lowest marks of the season. Dallas heads into a Week 7 bye, but fantasy managers should expect Ferguson to bounce back as one of the Cowboys' primary options in the passing game in a Week 8 matchup with the Rams. No mentions. Primary options. Tutu Atwell caught 1 of 2 targets for 31 yards and a touchdown during Sunday's loss to the Steelers. The big touchdown catch by Atwell may or may not have been an errant pass directed to Cooper Kupp late in the first half, but the speedster happened to be in the right place at the right time and was able to walk into the end zone untouched after snagging the pass at the 1-yard line in front of a double-covered Kupp. For the third straight game, Puka Nacua and Kupp dominated Matthew Stafford. Attention with the total of 19 targets to the rest of the team's 10. And perhaps more tellingly, Atwell's usage dipped to a season-low 71% of the snaps on offense. With Atwell now looking at it, he's reverted to his usage patterns of 2022. He'll be hard to trust in lineups with a stout Cowboys pass defense. Next, Week 8. That's 3 for the Cowboys D. That's 2 for Stafford. That's 4 for Kupp. That's 3 for Nacua. What in the bludge? Trey Lance inactive against the Chargers. Cooper Rush. Woo! Old news. Brett Rippin. Way old fucking news. Brandon Cooks secured all 4 targets for 36 yards and a touchdown, and rushed once for 14 yards in the Cowboys' win over the Chargers on Monday. Cook's modest yardage was nevertheless a season high, and he propped it up with a 2-yard scoring grab early in the fourth quarter that served as his first touchdown in a Cowboys uniform. The veteran speedster has strictly played a complimentary role thus far for Dallas in the air attack, and he'll next face his former Rams squad during a Week 8 home matchup Sunday, October 29th, following the Week 7 bye. Finally, Darrell Henderson Jr. reverted to the Rams practice squad Monday. In less than 1 week, Henderson returned to the Rams via practice squad contract last Tuesday, was elevated to the active roster Saturday, and started at running back for the team Sunday against the Steelers. He then paced LA running backs in snaps and touches en route to 66 yards from scrimmage and a rushing touchdown in Week 7. Henderson appears to be the biggest beneficiary of both Kyron Williams and Ronnie Rivers landing on injured reserve last week. But Royce Freeman also figures to be involved, and coach Sean McVay told Greg Beacham of the Associated Press that we'll see how Miles and Zach fit into that equation this coming Sunday at Dallas. So, that's 2 for Royce. That's 2 for Gaskin. That's 1 for fucking Zach Evans on the board. So what we're going to do now is change it up a little bit. I want everybody to get their damn points in. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point? Oh. Exposure minimum. Exposure maximum 99. Let's put some fucking points in here. Cooper Kupp, 4 fucking points. Let's give him 4 points. 4 mentions, 4 points. 4 point. That's how I'm doing the pops. Trying to manipulate my lineups a little bit. Puka Nacua is 3. Let's go from 1702 to 2002. Exposure minimum 1. Exposure maximum 99. Royce Freeman. No, let's just keep going down here. Lamb, no mentions. Pollard, I believe he came up once. What did Jack Pollard up to 1969? Stafford, twice. It might be easy just to go down on my actual list here. Okay, so it might be easier to do it that way. Easier to do it this way. Nacua 3, Kupp is 4, Freeman is 2. Did we do Freeman? We did not. Royce Freeman going from 6.34 to 8.634. Darrell Henderson. He gets a 2-point jump from 9.27 to 11.27. So we got Nacua, Kupp, Freeman, Henderson, Gaskin, Stafford, and Zach Evans. We did Stafford already. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and go get Myles Gaskin. McKeon, no, he's out. We're not doing both, motherfucker. Malik Davis, yes, get his ass out of here. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Doing it that way in 1 second. We'll get back to that in a second. That's annoying. Gaskin, where's fucking Gaskin hiding? Myles Gaskin must be on exclusions. So we'll go ahead and give him 2 points. It's not considered for captain. Where were we? All players. Get back to that shit. Gaskin 2E, one for Zach Evans. Where's Zach Evans hiding? We're back on the exclusions here. Yes, we're in the wrong area. Forgive me, for I know not what I say. All right. Where the fuck is... What am I looking for? Zach Evans. There he is. Give him a 1 point boost. Zach got a 1 point boost. Gaskin got a 2. Okay, Brandon Cooks. The Cowboys defense. Turd Ferguson, Tony Pollard. Right? So Tony Pollard. We already did Tony Pollard. Turd Ferguson gets what? 1 point. Makes every difference. Brandon Cooks, where's he hide? Gets 1 point. And the Cowboys defense gets 3 point jump. So from 891 to 1191. All right. Now, let's see what's going on captain consideration here. Nope. Nope. No. 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 Freeman? Yeah. Freeman, Cowboys, definitely. Higbee, unfortunately. Aubrey, actually, yes. The Rams have a fucking kicker? I don't remember reading about a fucking kicker on the Rams. Right, I'm not going crazy. There's no kicker on this roster. They must not have a kicker. I thought I was going fucking crazy. They got no kicker. Anyway, Higbee, Aubrey, yes. Gallup, because a kicker could be a captain in this lineup. It's that kind of fucking game with the Cowboys. Ferguson, Atwell, Cooks, Henderson, Prescott, Stafford, Pollard, Lamb, Nakua, and Cup. Each one will get at least one lineup in the captain position. All right, now let's take a look in the flex. Let's see who we absolutely don't want stuck in any of our fucking lineups here. We don't want anybody wedged in here that doesn't belong. We read all this shit. Who didn't come up? Gaskin we can go with. Evans definitely. Tolbert, Schoonmaker, he's garbage. Lepkin, Turpin, Hopkins, no. Deuce Vaughn, no. Dodal. Yeah, I guess. Throw that fucker in for one. Make sure Gaskin gets his one. Right, there we go. All right, all right, all right. Let's do this shit. All right, no 4 stacks. Let's go one unique. Should we do one unique again? I mean, we're getting close here. We want to go one unique or two unique. Oh, you did good last week. We sucked ass yesterday. That's because just not enough Shakir. Okay, no 4 stacking. What do we want it in terms of points? Let's see what we got. 150 lineups. Rating? Why not take a little ride over there to the Kickstarter and pick up a copy of the new Zeldara, the Mistress of Mars 8. Colossal Tussle. We have digitals if you need to get caught up, you lazy sacks of crap. And now we have 150 lineups for the Minimax for the Rams versus the Cowboys. We have to learn to take down one of these things if we're going to take down the big one. Gotta take down a small one. So I like some of these cup against 5 Cowboys. Let's see how that breaks down. So out of 150 lineups, 65 captained by Cooper Kupp, 27 given over to Dak, 18 to the Cowboys D, 16 to Tony Pollard, 9 for Puka Nacua, 4 for Matthew Stafford, 2 for Ferguson, 2 for Aubrey, and the rest we got ones. Let's see. Royce Freeman gets 1, Lamb 1, Cooks 1, Henderson 1, Gallup 1, Higbee 1, Atwell 1. Let's see how it breaks down the flex. Biggest flex is the Cowboys D. Wow. 80% of the lineups. 120 out of 150 lineups have Cowboys D in it. Oh, please God, don't let me down. Cooper Kupp, 83 lineup appearances in the flex. Dak, 83. Pollard, 80. Puka Nacua, 61. Brandon Aubrey, 55. Turd Ferguson, 52. Royce Freeman, 51. Stafford, 39. Gallup, 22. Rico Dodal, 19. Tyler Higbee, 17. Lamb, 17. Cooks, 12. Zach Evans, 11. Rams D, 11. Miles Gaskin, 8. Darrell Henderson, 5. And finally, Tutu Atwell, 4. Well, ladies and gentlemen. What is a boy to do? To do. Let's load these fuckers, huh? But who's hunt you down? But you can't hide. Janet, exterminate the future. Heal the ghost that hides in your soul. Talking about heal the ghost that hides in your soul. Rock and roll. All right, here we go. 150 lineups, ladies and gentlemen. Bang. There you have it, kids. May fate and faith decide your fortune and if you should win. Blow your money right here on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter.